Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're taking an incredible journey into a story of survival, friendship, and honestly, a whole lot of chaos. Just picture this for a second. A pristine, snow-covered world where everything is perfectly normal and incredibly peaceful. Manny, the mammoth, is just kicking back, enjoying a quiet life with his family. Sid the sloth is up to his usual, totally harmless mischief, bringing the laughs to the herd. And Diego, the saber-toothed tiger, he's faithfully standing guard over their lush, frosty jungle. It's this picture-perfect existence in the Ice Age, just pure tranquility. But, as we all know with this crew, peace is usually just the calm before the storm. Okay, let's dive right into this, because what happens when a world made entirely of ice suddenly catches fire? That beautiful tranquility I just described, it's about to be completely shattered. Imagine the ultimate contradiction. A world built entirely of freezing ice and snow is suddenly thrust into a literal blazing inferno. We are looking at a catastrophic event that threatens to completely wipe out their entire ecosystem. The stakes here are absolutely massive. This isn't just a slightly warm day, it's an existential threat to every single creature living in the cold.
From peace to destruction. A sudden volcanic threat.
One moment, Manny, Sid, and Diego are just going about their daily routines, completely oblivious to what's brewing right beneath their feet. The next, their entire reality is flipped upside down. I mean, look at this stark contrast. On one side, you have their safe, familiar, icy home. It's cool, it's comfortable, it's exactly what they're built for. And on the other side, the sudden, violent introduction of hot lava. We are talking about extreme, localized global warming happening in a matter of minutes. The ground starts violently shaking, solid ice begins to just shatter, and these massive, terrifying cracks open up as far as the eye can see. Total panic sets in. Nobody has a clue what's happening to their home.
And the escalation is unbelievably rapid. Look how fast this happens. We go from a totally peaceful morning at 8 a.m. to a sudden violent earthquake at exactly 8:05. Then, just 5 minutes later, at 8:10, this mysterious crystal gets activated. And almost immediately, by 8:15 a.m., dormant volcanoes are violently erupting. The ice is melting at a terrifying rate. The surrounding jungles, the mountains, the rivers, they're all suddenly on a direct path to total destruction. But you gotta ask, how did this happen so fast? Who or what actually pulled the trigger on this geographical nightmare?
Section 2. The Volcanic Awakening. The Glowing Crystal.
To understand the how, we really have to look at the who. And honestly, if you know anything about the history of this icy world, you probably already have a suspect in mind. While the rest of the herd was busy panicking, a totally separate, seemingly insignificant event was happening in the shadows. Yep, Scrat. In his endless, frantic pursuit of that beloved acorn, he chased his prize deep into this hidden ancient cave. And inside that cave, Scrat stumbled upon this, the glowing crystal. Now, this wasn't just some shiny rock. This was a mysterious, incredibly powerful ancient artifact. The literal second Scrat's paw touched it, a strange energy pulsed outward, spreading across the entire globe. That specific energy wave is exactly what woke the dormant volcanoes from their slumber. Because of one single touch, rivers of hot, deadly lava started flowing across the freezing landscape.
So, the bottom line is, they had to act, and they had to act now. Manny quickly realized that if they didn't stop this destruction, the Ice Age world was going to be wiped out forever. To save their home, Manny, Diego, Sid, and Ellie had to team up and execute this insanely dangerous three-step survival plan. First, they had to uncover the secret of the crystal. Second, brave a journey right into the dangerous warm territories. And third, the hardest part, somehow return that crystal to its original, rightful place deep inside an active volcano.
Section 3. Dangerous New Enemies. Facing the warm climate.
Now, leaving their icy comfort zone meant stepping into a completely alien environment. The crew had to trek into these unfamiliar warm territories, and let me tell you, they were not exactly welcomed with open arms. Now, what's really interesting about this is how our heroes handled these overlapping threats. They weren't just fighting the environment, the rapidly melting ice paths and the flowing rivers of hot lava. They were also dealing with highly aggressive new animals that were actually native to this warm climate. These locals were extremely hostile towards outsiders and absolutely did not want anyone trespassing. So to survive, the herd had to split their tactics. Diego used his sheer strength to physically fend off the immediate threats, while Manny played the diplomat, trying to reason with these aggressive animals and make them understand the global stakes of what they were doing.
Section 4. Journey to the crystal's core. Inside the volcano. Through a mix of fighting and diplomacy, they finally make it to their terrifying destination. They realize that putting the crystal back in its original spot is literally the only way to save the world. The catch? That spot is right inside a volcano that is on the absolute brink of a massive eruption. Every step feels like death. The source text paints such a suffocating, intense picture here. They are inside the volcano. The heat is unbearable. Boiling hot lava is flowing right beside them as they carefully, agonizingly inch forward. One wrong move, one tiny slip on those rocks, and the whole shebang is over.
And this brilliantly illustrates the incredible bond of this herd. Right in the middle of this extreme heat and sheer panic, the unthinkable happens. Sid actually loses his footing. He slips, tumbling right toward the edge of the deadly lava. But without even a single second of hesitation, Diego lunges forward. He completely disregards his own safety, risking his own life to pull Sid back from the brink, saving him from a fiery end. It is such a powerful moment of selflessness, right in the dead center of a global catastrophe.
Section 5. Scrat's Ultimate Sacrifice. A difficult choice.
But just when it seems like they might actually pull this off, things go from bad to worse. The crystal suddenly reactivates. The volcano starts violently rumbling. It is seconds away from blowing. Manny realizes the horrifying truth. Someone has to get close enough to place the crystal, right now, to stop the eruption. And right at that exact second, Scrat finds himself at the ultimate crossroads. On one side, his precious, beloved acorn. On the other side, the glowing crystal and the fate of the entire world. Will he choose the acorn, or will he save the world?
Guys, in an absolutely shocking twist of fate, for the very first time in his entire life, Scrat actually abandons the acorn. I know, no way, right? He ignores his lifelong obsession and makes this frantic, heroic dive straight for the crystal. He grabs it and slams it directly into its rightful place.
Section 6. A safe return. Peace is restored.
The exact moment that crystal clicks into place, this brilliant, blinding light spreads across the entire globe. The violent rumbling of the volcano, it goes instantly quiet. Those terrifying rivers of lava just stop right in their tracks. And, beautifully, the air finally cools down, and the ice slowly begins to freeze solid once again. The world is saved. A massive wave of pure joy washes over all the animals as they erupt into celebration. The terrifying ordeal is officially over. Manny is safely reunited with his family. Diego and Sid, completely exhausted but totally victorious, share a warm smile. Their icy home, their beautiful, freezing sanctuary is finally restored to peace.
But, some things never truly change. Diego and Sid look over to check on our unexpected hero, Scrat. And what is he doing? Literally within moments of saving the entire world, his heroic sacrifice is completely forgotten, and he is right back to frantically chasing his acorn across the ice. The eternal chase continues.
It really brings a spectacular adventure to a beautiful end. But it does leave us with a pretty wild, lingering question to ponder. If a single acorn chase could nearly melt the world, what hidden dangers will the next great ice melt reveal in their beautiful world? Think about that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you enjoyed unpacking this incredible story, drop a comment and let me know what Ice Age adventure you want us to break down next. Until next time, stay curious.